If you're looking for great basketball, you come to the right place. Central High School. We've got 3 phenomenal games sitting in front of you right now. Wichita defenders and the Indianapolis Wildcats. Defenders coached by Rod Martin. The Wildcats coached by Jeremy Bialik. And it is game on. We are, say we, my broadcast partner Paul here with us, Paul Gilmore, and we're getting ready to get after it. Indianapolis in the dark jerseys, Wichita in the home whites. Ball in the air, and Wichita controls the tip. Micah Cooley, number 22. Luke Ruddle has it taken away from him by Kip Ammons. Jonah Walters facing up against Miles Johnson there. That'll be a fun matchup to watch. Good hustle by Roscoe to try and get the steal. Kick out for a 3. It won't fall for Walters. Offensive foul. It's kind of taken my eyes a little bit to adjust. All I've seen are the home jerseys for Indianapolis, and my eyes are a little bugged out at the moment.
I think they might have called that foul on number 42, Joshua Martin.
3 ball from the corner for Roscoe. Won't fall. We'll tell you a little bit about how these teams got here coming up throughout the broadcast. Great atmosphere. This is a 18U D1 Elite 8 game. One of 2 that we have tonight. The other 2 are happening at BBC on Feature Court 1. 3 ball drained by Micah Cooley. Corner 3 the other way. Good for Luke Ruddle.
You're going to hear the noise a little bit louder from the Wildcat side.
Wildcats with a steal, and they keep throwing up 3s. There's one by Mitchell Wirtz. Kip Ammons with the drive, off the glass high, it falls. 2. And we're going to bring a couple players together.
Looked like the ref was checking for blood or something. It was a very quick check.
Luke Ruddle calls a play. Guarded by Cooley. They go to Johnson there at the top of the key. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Good hustle for the rebound. Contact on the baseline. It's going to be another defender foul.
They called that one on Kip Ammons.
They made good use of Miles Johnson last night. They'll try and pound. He's open in the lane there. This is our first look at Wichita, at least my first look. Johnson gets butted in the face. Behind the back dribble for David Brown. Cross-court pass. Micah Cooley, jump shot, won't go. Good hustle by Kip Ammons to chase that one down. He'll launch to 3, a little too hard. And Miles Johnson with the rebound. Oh, contact there with David Brown. So maybe I was presumptuous with one of those fouls that were just showing 2 now. I thought maybe we had 3. Mitchell Wirtz will check out. A.J. Rogers is in. Different number for Rogers tonight. He's 55, not 25. Rogers trying to get around Barrett Inlow down there. I'm sorry, Jonah Walters. Noah Shook. That's Luke Ruddle. Pass underneath for Shook. He's doubled up to Johnson. Powers through the lane. Shot falls. 5 points for the Wildcats, 5 for the defenders. 2 players each side accounting for those points. Pull-up jumper for Jonah Walters. Rebound, Martin swatted away. Loose ball, who wants it? Roscoe comes out of there with it.
Got a good pace to the game.
Rogers can't convert. Yeah, I told you it'd be wall-to-wall, up and down, 3 ball the other way. In and out, no good. Nice rebound, put back, won't go. Tap in again, a foul on Rogers. Jonah Walters had 2 pretty good looks, point-blank range. Couldn't get either to fall. He'll have to get them the hard way.
He did a great job of kind of keeping Rogers on his side as he was going for the rebound. He kept him at bay and just was one hand tipping it up until he got the call.
Couple of subs each way here off the missed free throw by Walters. We've got Seth Sutherland and Mitchell Wirtz going to check in for Indianapolis. I didn't catch who it was for Wichita. Timeout on the floor. I believe it was Coach Bialik that called it. What do you think, Paul Gilmore? Fast start, huh?
It is a fast start, if not necessarily a fast start on the scoreboard, but both these teams doing well defensively in their schemes. You can tell they're well coached, playing hard.
Utah, I think it was Wichita you were talking about earlier. You've watched them play from a young age up through now. Coach Bialik has talked a couple of times about this group he has and what they've battled through over the years and how they've grown up and matured for this moment that they find themselves in this tournament.
Well, and it's fun to watch as the programs, these are essentially 2 homegrown programs, and I say homegrown very tongue-in-cheek. There's not, I guess the best way I could put it is they've been playing together since they were at a very young age.
Missed free throw results in 3 opportunities now for the defenders, not counting the initial opportunity that drew the foul.
Well, that's a second foul on Rogers. Looks like he's going to stay in the game.
They're getting Johnson a little breather. He's going to come back in. Too late. Already had the ball in the hands of the defenders. Luke Ruddle making Cooley work hard. Oh, that arm came down. Lucky that wasn't a foul. In transition. Roscoe around the horn. Back to Ruddle. Roscoe from the corner. Got it. They have so many weapons, so many different ways that they can get you. Unnecessary foul by Roscoe. And Johnson and Shook will check back in. Roscoe and Rogers out. Cooley will get a 3 from the corner. It's missed by Rackley. Johnson to a wide open Shook in the corner. Leaves it a little short. Approaching 3 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that Brown-Johnson matchup is going to be fun. They're both 2 big men that can dribble the ball well, and he's going to shoot it from super deep.
Deep 3 for Brown goes down. 2 threes in the game for Wichita. Brown's got 1, Cooley's got the other. Tie ball game, 8-8. Johnson with the drive. Got it.
Yeah, nice double clutch by
athletic.
Johnson.
So smooth. Difference between this game and the first 2 we saw from Indianapolis is Cooley won't get that one to fall. Is the previous 2 games Wichita jumped out to a real fast lead that the other team never recovered from. 3 ball for Wirtz won't fall. Wichita chance to tie or take the lead here.
This will be a good test for Indianapolis. I mean, like you mentioned, the last 2 games, they've blown them out the gates. But now they're getting challenged right off the bat. They haven't been used to being challenged like this probably this whole tournament.
Nice hustle by Sutherland to get the steal to Johnson. Back to Sutherland here in the corner. Pass ahead to Martin.
Man, great ball movement from Wichita. Just tipping the ball all around and up to the wide open man.
Johnson kick out for Shook. Too hard.
I think the ref is trying to keep this game under control.
Earlier, double foul?
Yeah, earlier he spoke with Joshua Martin and Miles Johnson for just a quick second.
But is he calling a double foul here?
It looked like that's what he said. It sounded like he said double foul, these two right here.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be a team foul each. That'll give the Wildcats 4 team fouls, 3 for Wichita. Subs in. 2 players in question. Well, Johnson's still in. I'm not sure who he was locked up with.
It was Martin, who's over in the corner.
Okay, so they're both still in the game. Under 90, behind the back, fails. Johnson goes down.
And I believe they called that one on Jonah Walters. Just tripped him up from behind.
Thomas McAdam checks in. Martin checks out. Also Kip Ammons in. And Micah Cooley. Nope. They're going to send Rackley out. Tie ball game. 1:15 to go, first quarter. Baseline drive for Roscoe. Defender basketball. Captain Ruddle, I'm going to call him. Back in the ball game. He runs the show. Jonah Walters, very active for a big guy. Good job getting Ruddle up in the air. Walters for 3, got it.
Wow, I'm impressed by the patience from Ammons. Pumped, could have taken the shot after the pump fake, instead found wide open Walters.
Wichita with a 3-point lead. Captain Ruddle for 3, got it.
Such a smooth looking shot from Luke Ruddle.
Second 3 for Luke. Tie ball game, 13 all. $15 to go here in the first quarter. David Brown. Nice hands by Noah Shook. 2 quick subs for the final 7.3. Joshua Martin back in. Also Samuel Wirtz for Indianapolis. Some height there for Indianapolis. Curl around for Cooley. Can he turn the corner with 3? Pass into the hands of Ruddle. Down to Shook, who won't get rid of it in time. Tie ball game. You couldn't ask for more than that. 3 quarters to go. This is the boys' A-team D1 Elite 8 ball game. These 2 teams trying to get to the Final 4 tomorrow. Championship game on Saturday. We'll see what happens in quarter number 2 when we come back to Central High School on YouTube.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I train for something that should be impossible. When 8 seconds can change your whole life, it's not really about the seconds, it's about the hours. The hours that I spend preparing mentally and physically. It's about being the last one to quit, no matter how bad you hurt.
Game 13-13, 4 team fouls apiece. Fresh 8 on the clock. It's like we're starting from scratch, but not really. Indianapolis basketball to start the second quarter. Captain Ruddle will throw it in.
Yeah, both teams with 13 points, both teams with 4 team fouls. Wichita's gone toe-to-toe with Indianapolis.
Johnson will throw back down here to the left block. They'll clear it out for Ruddle. Johnson to the right elbow. He's fouled. Ball out underneath. Ruddle will throw it in. Thought they might get a lob to Johnson there, but defenders had it well sealed off. Johnson for 3. He's got 7. Cooley to a cutting Brown. He goes all the way to the hole and one. What a drive by Brown.
Wow.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. It sounded like either he or somebody slapped the glass as he was putting that in.
Man.
Almost a dunk.
I wish we had instant replay. I'd like to see that again. That was impressive.
Well, and again, earlier we saw him about 5 feet out from the three-point line hit one in Miles Johnson's face.
Yeah, that's true. Tie ball game again, 16 all. Ruddle, center court. Sizing it up. Roscoe to Johnson, top of the key. 3 ball for Sutherland. Too short. Oh my! Offensive foul. What a great job by Jake Roscoe to get over there, seal off the sideline, get set, and take that charge. That was huge. You talk about doing the little things, doing whatever it takes to give your team an edge, give your team a shot, give your team an extra possession. We may come back to that moment right there in the first half. Well, that's a big-time deal.
It gives Brown another personal foul as well.
Yeah. Johnson, top of the key, will shoot and score.
Well, if he's hitting those, it's going to be a long night at the office.
Coach Martin might be thinking the same thing. He wants a timeout. He'll take a 30. And we're just going to let you watch and listen here. I say that and they get quiet. Come on. It's your chance to shine, Indianapolis. What do you got? $16 fouls on Wichita, so Indianapolis will shoot free throws the rest of the half, and that's a long time. We're still 6:44 away from halftime.
You know something else that always amazes me about these tournaments?
What's that?
The amount of small children and babies that are able to sleep in here.
Yeah, if they're at home and you step on something that makes a small noise, they're awake and you can't get them back to sleep. In here, they're out.
I was going to say white noise, but it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, it's a lot more than that. 19-16, Indianapolis with the lead. Cooley with the basketball. Kip Ammons, back to Cooley. Johnson reaches in, gets the steal. Left-handed dribble into the lane. Can't get it to fall, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
I think the defenders felt like that was a little bit of a late call on Jonah Walters.
Well, again, our officiating has been really, really good, outstanding throughout the tournament. From here, I didn't see enough there to warrant a whistle. I thought I would let that go. But that's why I'm sitting up here and not down there with a striped shirt on.
I don't know if the kids say this anymore, but after that miss Miles Johnson's free throw, ball don't lie. Are you familiar with that phrase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I never knew the math behind that phrase when they made the second one. I couldn't figure that out. Did the ball halfway lie?
Out of bounds, back to Indianapolis. 4-point lead. Indianapolis shooting free throws the rest of the way on anything other than a player control foul. Shook here in the corner. They'll instead go to the backcourt for Johnson. Captain Ruddle wants the basketball. Coach Violet holding up a sign for a play. Baseline goes Sutherland. Walters with the rebound. And into the Wildcat bench. Off a defender, or off a Wildcat rather. It'll stay with Wichita. Roscoe back in. Luke Ruddle will get a quick rest. Under 6 to play here. Micah Cooley has a 3 in the ball game. Roscoe making it hard for him. Kick out for Walters. Deep 3. Got it. How about that shot in transition? Moving to his left. Nice stop and go there. 3 ball for Wirtz. Answers.
Well, I guess now we got a 3-point contest.
Off the hands of Martin, out of bounds. Indianapolis.
Well,
have another possession.
If you're Wichita, that's the second time that's happened in the last 3 possessions, where you throw it to the sideline and give it to them basically right where Indianapolis barely has to run a set to get a shot up.
Roscoe, Luke Ruddle back in the ball game. Roscoe in the corner to Johnson. Walters does a good job to come up and try and take that away. Off of Johnson, out of bounds. It'll be defender basketball. Give and go game going here between 2 defenders. Johnson with the rebound. Bounce pass ahead to Ruddle. Can't finish.
Man, what a great pass from Johnson.
Second earlier, second later, it wouldn't have got there. Johnson with the rebound.
Walter's not afraid to shoot that at all.
No, nor should he be. He's got a great stroke. Wirtz will roll. Ruddle will shoot. Ball tapped out. Shook will chase it down. And Indianapolis will get another set. Johnson pops out. Try to go back to him on the block. Too far ahead. A.J. Rogers will check back in. James Rackley back in. Joshua Martin will get a rest. Cooley. They're going to try and force him right. They did a good job defensively there. Got what they wanted. Nice cut through by David Brown.
Yeah, he just slipped all the defenders. They lost him for just a second.
Brown's got 8.
Give him the basket.
Corner 3 for Roscoe. 23-21. Lead shrinking a little bit for Indianapolis. Cooley way out on the left wing. Curl by Emmons to Walters. Rogers got a hand on it. Off of Walters, out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Walters was expecting that to be their ball. He could have got that.
Yeah. Johnson back in. Wirtz, after hitting that 3, will get a little rest. Screen by Johnson. Good job by Walters to seal off Johnson. Baseline kick out. 3 ball for Shook. Too hard. Rogers there. I'll take that, thank you. 3 from the other corner. No good for Roscoe. Rogers with the rebound. Won't go. Johnson over the back.
Well, we talked about Noah Shook. This gym might be so shook that it's turning the far scoreboard off.
Walters as we cross under 3 in the first half. Ruddle comes up to guard Brown. Three ball for Walters from the left corner. Johnson with the rebound.
One thing that defenders have been able to do that not a lot of other teams have been able to do is get good looks on offense. I mean, the shutdown defense of the Wildcats.
They leave Johnson alone at the free throw line. Dive by Rogers, one-on-one. That goes. A.J. Rogers' first 2 points of the game. Crossover by Cooley to the free throw line. Kick out. Contact, no foul. Walters working against Ruddle. Tries to go baseline. Ruddle seals him off. Top of the key, Brown. Three ball, won't go. Johnson with a rebound. Under 2 to play, first half. Whistle. I didn't see it, but we got a foul away from the ball.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. I think A.J. Rogers, they got him for a moving screen.
Okay.
And he was moving, but there wasn't contact made with the defender from my angle. I haven't seen that call before. I mean, it was the right call. He did move on the screen.
Sure.
But I don't know if there was any contact between him and the Wichita player.
17 fouls apiece, so both sides will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Thought about going inside to Martin. Cooley misses wide. And Kip Hammond's going to get called for a foul. He and Johnson got locked up. So Miles Johnson, who's got 11, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, will come down here and shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, I think Kip Ammons and Coach Martin trying to make the argument that, hey, that was anybody's ball. We both went for it. How are you going to get me for the foul?
Not sure why Roscoe's the one shooting the foul. Wasn't that Johnson that was in the middle of that?
Johnson's the one that got fouled, and yet Sutherland is shooting the free throws. I think.
Or Sutherland, rather.
Oh, they got a sub coming in. Yeah, I'm a little confused on that.
Huh. I missed something down there. Sutherland misses the front end of the 1 and 1. Indianapolis leads by 4. David Brown. Faced off against Ruddle. Cooley sets a screen. Ruddle pushes off. Somebody was supposed to dive. They didn't. Rackley ends up with it anyway. Out of bounds. Back to Indianapolis.
Yeah, Rackley wasn't looking or expecting the pass to come from Walters. Zipped across the paint.
They're going to switch it.
They're saying it was tipped.
102, 4-point lead for Indianapolis. Ruddle with a hand in the face of David Brown. Three ball for Walters. Top of the key. Cooley, awesome job getting in there, getting that rebound and putting it back in. Pretty much in one motion.
Yep.
Johnson, right free throw line extended. Working against Rackley. To the hole, throws one up. Travel call. Noah Shook will check out. Mitchell Wirtz back in the ball game. On the other side, Joshua Martin will check in for James Rackley. Micah Cooley with 5 points has the basketball. Trapped here in the corner. 30 seconds to play first half. Ruddle turns him. Kip Ammons. Cooley, right wing. Back to the top with 20 to play. Johnson with a rebound. 10 as he crosses half court. Crossover. Three ball for Roscoe from the corner. 6 points for Jake Roscoe. (28-23). Tie ball game at the end of 1 at 13. Dallas with a 5-point lead, 28-23 as we close out the first half. We'll pause. Second half coming up. Refresh your tea glass, get yourself a fresh bowl of chips, and we'll see you back here in about 4 minutes. Central High School on YouTube.
As a young girl playing tennis, I always dreamed of winning an Olympic gold medal for Puerto Rico. Entering the 2016 Rio Games, I was ranked 34th in the world. People said I had no chance to win the gold medal. The odds were against me. No woman representing Puerto Rico had ever won Olympic medals of any kind, and no woman or man had ever claimed gold for Puerto Rico. They said just to be an Olympian was good enough, that the competition was too good, that I should treat this as a building block for my career. They said go to Rio and just enjoy the experience. Well, I did. Yes, I can. And with real-time pain relief, so can you.
This stuff ain't your grandma's pain relief. It doesn't stink, it's not greasy, and it works fast. Real-time pain relief max. Keep cowboying.
I used to think that living with aches and pains was just going to be part of my life, but now I have a secret weapon, real-time pain relief cream. I just rub it in and the pain is gone. It smells great, doesn't burn my skin, but don't take my word for it. You can try it yourself for just $1. Order yours now at tvpainrelief.com. Again, that's tvpainrelief.com. Real-time pain relief. It will be $1 well spent.
They will tell you, you're not tough enough.
Incredible, the fact that obviously, I mean, walking out of here.
You're not strong enough.
Says, let me have him. Whoa, no.
You can't get back up.
Yanni Rubens Barbosa.
You can't succeed. You can't win. You'll never ride the world's ranked sports. But I disagree. I'll tell you this, when you get back up, you will succeed. Yes, you can.
Sim, você pode.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Real-Time Max is Real-Time's most powerful lotion. Real-Time Max delivers fast pain relief to persistent, intense pain, including deep muscle pain, cramps, and over 100 types of arthritis. Loaded with peppermint, Real-Time Max provides a powerful burst of fast, minty pain relief.
You can't say that we didn't warn you. We told you it was going to be fun, it was going to be fast, it was going to be up and down, and it's been everything we hoped it would be. 28-23. What's most curious is Indianapolis left the floor to talk at halftime. That's the first time they've done that in the last 2 days. They've stayed on the court for the halftime conversation. Today they left.
Well, and there's not a lot of time in between the halftimes, just 4 minutes for these coaches to make any kind of adjustments.
Wichita basketball to start the second quarter. Kip Ammons with 2 points has the basketball, being guarded closely by Shook. That's Joshua Martin. Jonah Walters, who's got 2 threes in the ball game. Like he might be sizing up a third. They'll kick it out to him. He'll give it to Martin, get it back. Johnson right there in his face. Boy, look at Roscoe up in the grill of Cooley. And we got a foul on Roscoe.
Yeah, he just caught the arm of Cooley as Cooley was coming across on a swing move.
He's not going to back off, though. Ammons. Nice hands by Shook. And we've either got a foul or a timeout. Do they get the timeout?
No, I believe they called the foul on Walters.
Okay.
It's a good call. Shook clearly had the ball, and then Walters dove on his back, trying to go for the jump ball.
I just couldn't tell from the signal from the official which way he was going. I didn't see the jump ball signal initially, but... So here we go. 5-point lead for Indianapolis. Johnson, turnaround jump shot. Buries it. 13 points for Miles Johnson. He leads all scorers.
Good shot from Johnson. He just was taking what the defense is giving him. He turned around and faced up like anybody should. Saw the defender was in the paint. Took the shot. And he's made a couple of those today from three-point range. And he's playing well, and so are the Wildcats.
We talked about the player from the last game. My mind's already gone. Micah Schwartz. How you can't just be up in his grill because he'll blow past you or shoot over the top. You can't give him too much space because then he can get creative and drive and dish. And Johnson's kind of the same kind of player. You can't just muscle up with him because he's so big and strong.
Yep.
You can't give him a whole lot of space because he'll do what he did right there and just pop it from wherever he is.
Well, and what you want to make sure and do as a defender is you're just trying to make it as difficult as you can. You want to make life difficult for the offensive player because a lot of the times you can play the best defense possible and they still can hit an incredible shot.
I'll tell you how much fun this game is. The official down here, the one here in the backcourt, was clapping his hands. He was into it. Officials enjoy this kind of game too. Walters in the corner to Ammons. Back to Walters. Some switching going on there in the corner. Roscoe had to chase down his defender. Johnson with a rebound off the miss by Walters. Contact with Cooley. That's going to be an offensive foul on Miles Johnson.
And that's Johnson's third.
2 team fouls on the Wildcats. Decision from Coach Violek here. Rackley will curl through. Send him to the other corner. Ammons to Micah Cooley. Johnson wants the rebound. He'll get it. Ahead to Ruddle. Roscoe to Johnson in the paint. Nice dish underneath. Oh my, Noah Shook. His first 2 points of the game. That's another way he'll beat you.
And when you have a big like Johnson who's able to make no-look passes like that and knock down the three-pointer, I mean, how versatile is that?
That's what I mean. Another way, another weapon he has that he can beat you. 32-23, the lead has grown. 3 ball for Rackley. Got it.
Wow.
That was nice.
Big time arch on that shot.
The
he
ceiling,
had one like that in the first quarter that he airballed.
The ceilings in here are not that high, so. And Roscoe answers his third 3 of the ball game. And we've got a timeout taken by the Wildcats. 35-26. I'm glad you mentioned that about Rackley's arch. I thought maybe it was just me, but over the floor, cameras probably can't show it, but where the defender benches, they have the side goals that get ratcheted up by the ceiling. So if he'd shot that three from there, that arch would have been, I mean, it wouldn't have hit it, but wouldn't have missed it by much either.
I want to see if he can shoot one over the rafters. Just for style points.
It reminds me of that old McDonald's commercial. Larry Bird and Jordan. Off the window, off the wall. One bounce, nothing but net.
Yeah, maybe we can talk to Rob, see if next year we can introduce a trick shots competition.
There you go. Oh, we're having some fun here in the gym tonight. This one and two more. And then we move into a big-time Friday lineup. Games at Willard High School, games at Central here, and then two more on Saturday at Evangel University.
Well, the gameplay is toasty, but it is a little chilly here in Central High School.
That's a fact. Steal by Indianapolis. Johnson! And he turns and roars.
Well, and the defenders have to be careful because they've called a couple of timeouts now trying to stem the tide, and the Indianapolis lead has only grown.
Up top for Walters. He'll shoot another three. Short. Ruddle with the rebound. Ahead to Johnson. He might throw it down. No! That could be an intentional. There it is. Yep. Intentional foul called. And Kip Ammons. Nope, that's not Ammons. That is...
I believe that's Joshua Martin.
Yeah, he can't believe it.
Well, and I think what Martin was trying to do there is he was trying to make sure there was no layup possible. But
well, you can't wrap around.
Right. It looked like more of a straight tackle than it did a prevention.
Miles didn't appear to take it personal. He's calm, cool, collected at the free throw line. He is 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far. Misses that one. Defender sub will check in after this free throw here. Johnson makes that one. Just the 4th free throw for Indianapolis in the ball game, and Johnson's had all 4. Brackley will check in for Joshua Martin. Indianapolis ball off the intentional foul. Immediate 3 for Roscoe. Short. Ruddle taps it. Goes off of Walters out of bounds. Ruddle will throw it in again. Nice look inside for Wirtz. Soft touch. He's got 5.
And now the pressure from the Wildcats increases.
14-point lead for Indianapolis. Safely through that time. Now got to do something with it here on the offensive end.
One of the things that the
travel.
Defenders,
he did. He moved his pivot foot.
One of the things that they're going to have to be able to do on the offensive end, I feel like the way that they've stayed in this game has been the three-point shot, and now that that's not falling, they've got to find a way to get it closer to the basket.
That's a great point. Yeah, it seems like all of a sudden they're trying to figure out what do we need to do. Where do we go next?
Easier said than done, by the way, against the Wildcats defense.
Absolutely.
Anchored by number 33.
Johnson goes up and gets it, lays it in. He's fouled, it'll count. Miles Johnson's first and 1 of this ball game. $18 points for Miles Johnson. And a timeout taken. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 42-26, 4:08 to go here in the 3rd from Central High School on YouTube.
Real-Time Max is Real-Time's most powerful lotion. Real-Time Max delivers fast pain relief to persistent, intense pain, including deep muscle pain, cramps, and over 100 types of arthritis. Loaded with peppermint, Real-Time Max provides a powerful burst of fast, minty pain relief.
Miles Johnson at the free throw line. 11 in the first half. 7-9 here in the second half, so he's got 20, shooting for 21. Nope. Clock rolls. We approach 4 minutes to go here in the third. 3 ball for Rackley. Looky there. He's got 2 threes in this half. He could be a difference maker. Drive, kick out for Johnson. Fakes to 3. Going to drive instead. Steps between 2 defenders and scores.
Yeah, big time move from Johnson.
Man. Wirt steps in. Roscoe, who's got 3 threes himself. Ooh, almost popped one. They give Johnson the lane again. Hey, if you're going to give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah, he is just taking command of this game. Single-handedly upping the Wildcats' quality of play on the offensive and defensive side.
Claps his hand on the defensive end, applying pressure to Walters. A lot of contact on the floor. That's another one on Johnson.
Yeah, I almost thought they were going to give a travel.
So is that 4 on Johnson?
I believe it is.
Oh, boy. We're still barely halfway through the third. Rogers will come in. How many's he got? 2 or 3?
Yeah, Rogers has 3 himself.
Oh, boy. That'll be a story down the line, I bet. Ruddle ahead to Rogers. He'll take it to the rack. Good defense. 3 minutes to go. We'll see what happens now that Rogers is out of the game. Good pass underneath. Kip Ammons with 4 points. What does Indy do now with Rogers on the bench? Oh, look at that pass. There's my answer.
My goodness.
Thread the needle, give it to Shook.
What a pass.
Woo! Captain Ruddle. We have to call him quarterback Ruddle.
Man, what an incredible pass
That was on a rope. Have mercy.
Timing was impeccable. Good roll by Shook.
Golly.
But, I mean, the confidence you have to be able to throw that pass in this caliber of a game. I mean, I'm sure he would do it in any game he's playing. He would probably throw that pass in the undisputed national championship game. But, man.
Well, but think about how fast that happened. You got to see what's there. Shook's got to be on the same page. He's got to roll at just the right time. You got to throw it at just the right time. You got to catch it while you're moving and lay it in right there at the basket. Am I oversimplifying it?
No,
That was
I mean, absolutely everything.
uber impressive.
At the right timing.
17-point lead now for Indianapolis. David Brown calls a play. Rogers forces him left. Cooley working against Roscoe. Roscoe up in his grill. Other side to McAdam. 3 ball for David Brown. Tapped out of bounds. I think it's Wildcat basketball. An advantage I had. It looked like defenders touched it last. Luke Ruddle with 6 points. To Roscoe, who's got 9. Wirtz has got 5. Offensive foul.
I think they're going to get Noah Shook for a moving screen.
Micah Cooley's got 5. David Brown's got 7. Ammons with 4. Rackley with 6. Walters with 6. Joshua Martin with 2. Under 2 to play here in the third. Cooley starts toward the baseline. Nice job attacking the rebound by Kip Ammons. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Good news is that stops the clock for Wichita. Chance here to put 2 on the board and not waste any time, which that's going to become an issue when you're down 17 approaching the end of the third. Got to put on a run here. Close the gap to start the fourth. Emmons with 5, shooting for 6. 5 team fouls on the Wildcats, just 3 on Wichita. Got them both. Solid job by Kip Emmons. Luke Ruddle turns Cooley left, goes all the way to the hole and scores. Says, I'll get those 2 back.
And such an underrated aspect of Ruddle's game. He's content to not just show up on the scoreboard. He does everything else to control the game.
McAdam up top to Emmons. Needs some help. Cooley. He and Rogers collide. Rogers going to pick up his 4th. Oh boy. What you going to do, coach? He's going to send Shook back in. Well, takes a couple of your bigs out. Mitchell Wirt's still in there. He's not in any kind of foul trouble. But you're a small, fast squad now, not a tall squad. Boy, did Sutherland get up and block that.
Blocked it into the scoreboard.
Woo! Sutherland's got some hops. It's got to be the headband. Guaranteed to give you a couple extra inches on the vertical. Turnaround 3, a little bit short. Good job by Rackley to chase it down. Into the lane, Brown. Pull-up shot in the lane. That one won't go. Wirtz with the rebound. Under a minute to play. All the way into the lane goes Roscoe, and he's fouled and will shoot 2. He saw that lane open up, and he just followed it. Kind of like the Red Sea parted. He just went right through it.
Did you see if they called that on Kip Emmons?
I couldn't tell.
Okay, if they did, that would be his 4th, but it doesn't look like.
Yeah, nobody's getting up, so. Roscoe with 3 threes. By my count, his first trip to the free throw line in the ball game. Unofficially. Misses the second. 16 fouls on Indianapolis, so Wichita will shoot the rest of the way. Wichita has a couple to play with. Brown draws contact, pulls up at the left elbow and scores. He's got 10. Ruddle starts left. Cooley going to get whistled for the foul. There's team foul number 5.
Yeah, 4th quarter could see a lot of free throws.
Ruddle motions Wirtz the other direction. Approaching 10 seconds to play. There we are. Ruddle to Shook. Ruddle cuts. Misses the layup. Fastball to the other end. Won't go in. 13 all at the end of 1. 28-23 at half. 51-35 at the end of the 3rd. We'll bring you back for the 4th in a couple of moments here from Central High School. Again, feature court number 2. NCHCLive.com has all the links to our 2 feature channels. And we'll be right back here from Central High School on YouTube. Well, I hope you got a full glass of tea, water, whatever you're drinking, and something good to munch on here for the 4th quarter. Because it ain't over yet. Johnson back in the ball game. We think with 4 fouls. He cuts through. 3 ball for Shook. Atta baby. 7 for Noah Shook. Micah Cooley to Kip Ammons. Good look for Walters there, a little short. Flying in for the rebound is David Brown. They work it back around. 3 ball for Walters. He had a couple in the first half. That one won't fall. Out of bounds and to Wichita. I'm sorry, to Indianapolis. Now they're going to talk about it. We may get overturned here. They will. They'll stay here with Wichita.
Yep, good job by the baseline ref. Had a good angle on it.
Having a 3-man crew makes such a difference because you've got more eyeballs. Make sure we get it right.
And the stakes of the game couldn't be higher. Final four's on the line.
Yeah. Got a Indianapolis foul. And on Roscoe.
Yes, it is. And
Coach Bialik.
It's a 1-on-1 situation.
Yep.
I think Wichita has to use that to their advantage, looking for the final 7 minutes of this game. Mm-hmm. They've got free throws the rest of the way. They've just got to get there.
Trail by 19. Big mountain to climb.
They've also been settling for a lot of threes, though. I mean, It seems like their entire offense right now is designed to get a 3 from either Walters or, David Brown's worked some in the paint, but I would like to see them kind of run some things to try and get behind the Indianapolis defense.
11 points for David Brown. He goes 1 of 2 in that exchange. That'll go off of David Brown out of bounds. Stay with Indianapolis. Johnson squares it up. Into the lane. Working against Cooley. Travel. He did. Yes, he did. Micah Cooley with 5 points.
And one thing Indianapolis just does so well is that constant pressure as Roscoe's going to get called for his 4th.
See, that's interesting to me because they're both shoving off. Cooley did it first, and is it Shook that did it back? Maybe they didn't see the first one and call the second one, or maybe it's always the second guy that gets caught. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they generally favor the ball handler. But you're right. I mean, it's been a very physical game.
Micah Cooley. First one won't fall. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Wichita maintains the possession. Bad news is they're down in that corner. Johnson's going to back off now. Thought he was going to be the one in the face of whoever was having to throw it in. I wouldn't want that job. They get it in to David Brown. Guarded by Rogers. 2 players on the floor with 4 fouls for Indianapolis. Kip Ammons. To Jonah Walters. Dribble try. Pull-up jump shot. Won't fall. Rogers and Martin battling for the rebound. It'll stay with Wichita.
And Wichita's just had a tough time getting those shots to fall. They've started to get some good looks, but every time they do, it just bounces off the rim.
Nice curl by Walters to try and get the inbound pass. It goes off Rogers out of bounds. Lob. Back to Cooley. Fouled, hoping for the and 1, but he'll have to shoot 2.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about. You just kind of get the feeling that had it been on the Indianapolis side, that probably would have gone in for an and 1. Wichita just hasn't been able to connect on those.
Cooley misses 2 in a row here. Front into the 1-and-1 and the first of 2. Seth Sutherland checks out for Coach Bialik. $18-point lead gets cut down to 17. Ruddle, long, dangerous pass across the court. Shook's pass out of bounds off of Kip Ammons. Clock stopped at 6:17. A trip to the Final Four on the line. Johnson against Cooley. Ruddle and Ammons. Wirtz against Martin. Rogers and Walters. Johnson down on the block. Got Cooley behind him. He's fouled. That'll be the 16th foul for Wichita. They were bound to determine he wasn't going to go anywhere. One way or another, somebody else will beat us, but it's not going to be you.
Yeah, I think they determined he's burned them enough times tonight.
Walters checks out. Rackley will sub in. Up top for Johnson. He leans in and one. His second and one of the game. He missed the free throw attached to it earlier.
And Cooley's sitting there thinking, he hit me. How is that a foul? He hit me.
Miles Johnson buries that one. 25 points for Miles Johnson. Pull up three for Brown. Rogers chases down the rebound to Johnson. Through traffic. Dish for Ruddle. Is that an offensive foul?
I believe that's what they called.
If that's it, and that's 5, that is 5. Johnson has fouled out of the game with 5:38 to go. And I will submit to you, it's only a 20-point lead with 5:38 to go. This game ain't over. Johnson has been a huge presence throughout the whole game. Can they keep it going now that he's fouled out? Rogers has got 4, we believe. If he goes, that's another big loss. Cooley through the lane and one. Look out.
Nope, they call an offensive foul.
Oh, they did. All right, so the basket comes off. Still a 20-point game.
And it doesn't surprise me at all that it was Jake Roscoe. He just seems to be at the right place at the right time.
Cooley flies in for the steal. Ruddle, skip pass, 3-ball for Wirtz. His second of the game. He's got 8. 23-point lead. Pull-up jumper for Brown. That one goes down. 13 points for David Brown. Timeout called. Ten-team fouls for the Wildcats, so Wichita will shoot 2 the rest of the way. No matter what.
Wildcats love that song.
I'm going to ask if they got anything else in the jukebox. Do you know any other songs? How about a little... Hey, something like that. What else we got?
Yep.
I'd even take some YMCA. That's a good old crowd favorite. Who do we talk to about that? I've got some change in my pocket. I could put a couple quarters in, see what we can dial up.
The fans are pointing something out to the ref. I'm not sure exactly.
Might be something on the floor. I'm not picking anything up.
I think they're changing the score. They gave the points to the wrong team for David Brown's shot.
Oh, okay. Ruddle. You got to start the clock. We've brought it up a few times throughout our various broadcasts, but again, if you're watching it unfamiliar, table crews are volunteers. They are not paid, nor are they necessarily used to the equipment in front of them. So mistakes happen. It's just part of the environment here in the tournament. 3 ball for Roscoe, his 4th.
Man, such an impact on both ends of the floor.
3 ball for Cooley, won't go. Baseline drive. Empty for Roscoe. Joshua Martin, pull up 3, short. Attempt to save it. Roscoe will corral it. Shook safely across half court. 3 ball for Ruddle. Hey, boy, howdy.
When it rains, it pours.
27-point lead.
And this is what that Johnson.
Pull-up jump shot for Cooley. No. Roscoe with a rebound. He's fouled. He'll shoot 1 and 1. Okay, I reserve the right to rescind my comment that this game ain't over when Johnson fouled out. I thought maybe with his presence on the bench and maybe Wichita would find a way to take advantage, but all that's happened is the Wildcats have pressed on the pedal even more.
Well, and Martin fouled out as well for the defenders, so they have him off the floor, but perhaps the Wildcats playing at a faster tempo without Johnson on the floor.
Yeah. Pull up 3, a little long for Cooley. Another chance here. Nice put in for David Brown. Great. Oh, good idea, but
whoa.
That was totally unintentional, but going to be a foul. I think it looked worse than it was. 10 team fouls apiece. Roscoe, who's got 16 points, 15 of those are from beyond 3.
Looks like Noah Shook is going to check out, as they still have a 26-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
Samuel Wirtz has checked in. Roscoe gets them both. Spin move, Rogers tries to wrestle it away. Wichita will inbound from the baseline into Cooley. Nice shot for Micah Cooley.
Yeah, good inbounds play.
Under 3 to play now. Oh, nice steal by Kip Ammons. 3 ball for Rackley. He's hit 2 of those.
Man, what a hustle by Ammons. He is not giving up at all. He's still in the mix on all of those rebounds, stealing the ball. But unfortunately, I feel like it may just be a little too much to overcome at this point.
Coach Bialik wants a full timeout. We'll take it with him. We'll be back with the final 2:37 in just a moment here at Central High School on YouTube. .237 to go in the ball game. We thought we'd kind of give you a look at the brackets where these two teams have come from and what lies ahead.
So for the Indianapolis Wildcats, they played the WCHSA Royal Eagles and beat them 71-47. Then they beat the West Michigan Hornets 71-34. Yesterday they won 64-45. they're playing in this game.
Nice tip in by David Brown. He's got 2 more.
And for the defenders, they won 81-46 over Miami, 79-64 over the Benton Bucks, and then 61-49 over the Dallas Thunder.
Thank you, Paul. Luke Ruddle just dribbling around, killing time. Oh, through the hands of Jake Roscoe.
Yeah, a rare turnover from Ruddle and
Wichita
Roscoe.
gets a turnover.
Well, we'll have another timeout, so I'll just quickly, now that we've gone through the brackets, give just a quick rundown of the gold ball and what all that means for homeschool basketball. So
you bet.
The gold ball that you've heard about all week long is actually kind of the midweek award for a lot of these teams. So what they do is they break the programs down by program size. And so when we say 3A, 5A, 8A, what we're talking about is how many players are in their respective programs. And so Wichita is coming from 2A, so one of the smaller type programs, and Indianapolis comes from 7A, so not quite the largest, but one of the larger programs on that end. And so you play teams relative to your same size Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Wednesday, yesterday, which was Golden Wednesday, we had the Gold Ball championship games. So Wichita won the Class 2A Gold Ball. Indianapolis won the Class 7A. So now they're in what's called the Gold Ball Showdown Series, where all 8 Gold Ball winners play in the same bracket against each other.
Winner here goes to the Final Four tomorrow. Winner of that goes to the undisputed championship game on Saturday. Ruddle won't get the layup. Rogers will get his 5th foul. At least we believe it's his 5th.
Yep, that will be 5 for Rogers. So it looks like Shook's going to check back in.
Coming up next, the crew from Louisiana that's been at Baptist Bible College going to step in. They've got a little home interest in the SWCA Knights and Dallas Thunder game. We'll let them tell you all about that. The girls 18U Final Four game. One of 2 that's going on to decide who plays in the undisputed championship game tomorrow at Willard High School. They will have that game for you next. And then a combination of either Paul and I or Scott Staten if he makes it back in time. And Paul will bring you the nightcap, which is Illinois Crew and the FBCHA Eagles, scheduled to tip at 8:25. Seth Sutherland will toe the line, shoot 2 here. In and out, no good. Kendon Winslow will check in, and out goes Captain Ruddle. Ruddle finishes with 8 points. Second one for Sutherland is good. Three ball for Rackley. He gets another one. His 3rd of the ball game.
Yeah, he just gets so high on the arch on that shot. Beautiful shot.
Interesting, he's got a pretty quick release and a high arch. That's a hard thing to get both out of. Quick release doesn't necessarily mean a high arch for a lot of shooters, but he's got both. To the hole goes Brown. Noah Shook the other way. In the corner, that is Samuel Wirtz looking for some help. 45 to play and a foul on Thomas McAdam. That'll send Sutherland to the line.
We got the crowd chanting Final Four.
Yep, it's going to happen. First one rolls around and drops. Second one will swish through. With 43 seconds to play, we got one more substitution. That is Robert Jones. Welcome to the floor, big man. Cooley, dish out for McAdam. Buries that three. Makes it 52-71. Steele, Cooley, two more, 71-54. Robert Jones in the corner. Samuel Wirtz.
No fouls, and that's going to do it.
To Kendon Winslow. And they'll hold it. And let the celebration begin. Indianapolis, you're going back to the Final Four. We'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations, Wichita, on a great season. Great run through the tournament. We're going to step aside. Coming up next, Dallas and SWCA, the Knights. Girls 18U Final Four. Boys from Louisiana going to bring you that one. We'll be back for the nightcap after that here on Feature Court 2 from Central High School on YouTube.